Is it time to scrap the Nations League? I mean, let's face it, the price is too high. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to Me Edson. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for future videos. So, we're in the middle of the Nations League. It's just about to wrap up with the final games. England playing Finland tonight. As there have been some interesting results up there. Italy got 2 wins out of 2. Who knew that Italy were going to beat France 3-1? They came away with a 2-1 win away to an empty stadium at Israel last night as well. Germany come off 2 wins. Spain had 1 emphatic win and 1 draw as well. So the interesting games out there and some interesting results. I mean, my pre-Nations League international break predictions were all wrong. So there we go. It just shows how much I know. But really, this video is about the price is too high for clubs. And I just got a feeling that really the thoughts that I had about the Nations League when it first came out, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe more than that now, 6, 7 years ago, whatever it was. I just thought we shouldn't be doing it. We shouldn't be having this Nations League. It's a waste of time. It's just creating too many games and also too many risks to players as well. So I'm just going to read you a couple of players that, well, English clubs are now going to be missing. Calafiori, Arsenal. He might be out for a few weeks. Not sure how long. Fulkrug from West Ham. He might be out for a few weeks now, maybe even longer. It's apparently an Achilles problem that he picked up in training for Germany as well. There are numerous other players that have sustained injuries. Now, this is nothing new, of course. I mean, just before everybody starts tapping away there, that this is nothing new. Of course it isn't. Players go off an international break. They go and play for their country, and they come back with injuries, and they're out for weeks. But who suffers? The clubs suffer, of course. We, as fans of our clubs, individual clubs, we suffer. So I think for 2 reasons, this is why we kind of either should just scale back the Nations League or do away with it whatsoever. You just have the World Cup qualifiers, you have the Euro qualifiers, and you just have the odd friendly as well. Get rid of the Nations League. It's just putting too much stress on the players, too much stress on the clubs, and you're getting players who are basically just not resting enough. They're going away with their countries too often, in training camps, constantly on the go, all the travel that's associated with it as well. They come back, they're injured, and they always have a bit of a crap spell when they come back and play for their clubs as well. We suffer as fans, and also the clubs suffer. Now, if you're a fan of international football, you say, no, we want to see more and more of it. I agree there is a case for it. But when you kind of look at the cost of it to the players and to the clubs, then you've got to kind of question, well, do we really need something like the Nations League? I'm not convinced by it. I never have been convinced by it. And all the different ways you can qualify for the Euros and all that kind of stuff. It was just confusing at the start, and it's still confusing to me now. But I just think we just don't need it. And whilst, yes, I hold my hand up, I am looking at the international games, and especially looking at, a couple of nations to see where they are. And there's been great games out there as well. It's been interesting to see how these nations are matching up with each other and how the players are playing for their nations as opposed to playing for their clubs early doors in the season. Let's just take Switzerland, for example. I thought they were going to do really well in this Nations League break. I kind of predicted that they give Spain a run for their money, but no, they haven't. They've lost twice, I believe. They've had a few players sent off. It hasn't been good for them. By contrast, a nation which I thought wasn't going to do anything at all, Sweden, they come away with 2 wins. If you're a Newcastle United fan, you're going to be really pleased that Isak is knocking in goals for fun as well. So there's positives and negatives out there, but I just think overwhelmingly the players are just playing too much. They're going away with their nations and travelling too much, and also they're picking up injuries. That's my point. And regardless of what the good points are, the cost is too high. And as per usual, there's always some kind of falling out either between club and country or national team manager and club manager as well. Or there's, they're throwing shots at each other as well. I mean, just last night, it seems as if the Norwegian manager was throwing shots at Mikel Arteta at Arsenal as well. So all this, it all seems to be a little bit unnecessary as well. Again, I'll step back from my rant a little bit because it has been enjoyable to watch a few of these games as well. And actually to have them live streamed on on YouTube by a couple of accounts has been really good as well, especially those kind of obscure games. You think, well, let me just see how they're playing as well. So it's been really good over the last few nights to watch it. Now, of course, we can't talk about these couple of games in the Nations League without talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. He's still knocking in goals for fun. Yes, there are people out there who say, yeah, you can't be number one striker for Portugal. But it doesn't matter. He still knocks in goals. He scored 901 goals, the most of any player. Now, I always thought that Pele and Romario had broken the 1,000-goal benchmark, but a lot of those goals, they couldn't be verified. That's why their goals aren't all the way up there. I think they're in the 750s, 800s, whatever it is. But it was always said that Pele had scored over 1,000 goals and Romario scored over 1,000 goals. And I remember Romario scoring his 1,000th goal. It was a penalty. He was older. He was overweight. But that was supposed to be his 1,000th goal. Now, can it be verified? No. But Cristiano Ronaldo's can be 100% verified. He's got 901 goals. He's still knocking them in for fun. He's going to be knocking them in for fun for the Saudi League as well. He's going to try and get to 1,000, bless him. So regardless of what you think of him, one of the highlights of these couple of games is that, hey, he's still knocking in goals for fun for Portugal. And if the other strikers are not scoring, and then he comes on as a substitute and scores, guess what? You're on to a winner. There have been some other positives out of these couple of games as well. If you're a Napoli fan, I think you're going to be very happy. He just signed two Scottish players, Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmore, who both scored, yes, in their 2-3 defeat to Poland. And Scott McTominay scored for Scotland in the 2-1 defeat to Portugal. However, that's still encouraging news. So again, whilst I am ranting a little bit on the validity of having the Nations League, there are positives to come out of it, no doubt. But I still stand by it. I still stand by the fact you should scrap the Nations League. It's just too much pressure on the players. It's too much pressure on the clubs. And the price is too high when you're losing players for an extended period of time. And in some cases, possibly for West Ham, who hasn't really proven himself yet, well, he could be out for the rest of the season now. And that's just too much of a price to pay. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What have you thought about the Nations League? What have you thought about England's performance against Ireland? Well, they should have won. They did win. But it was a good first half. It wasn't a great second half. How do you think they should be playing against these teams like Ireland and Finland and any other nation out there? Do you think they should be knocking 6 or 7 past them? Do you think Lee Carsley is the manager of choice now, playing a bit more of expansive football? Is he the guy for England? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.